All right, let's take you back to Constitution Hill, where friends of former Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan have gathered to pray for his health. Now, remember last night, his family revealed in a statement that he's been hospitalized, not stating the reason for his treatment. His family saying that he's receiving the best available medical care. And I do understand my colleague Mbalenhle Mthethwa is covering that particular prayer session for us and joins us live now. Mbalenhle, of course, a lot has been said even about, how they wish him a speedy recovery and saying that they continue to stand in solidarity with the family and hoping that he makes a full recovery.
Yes, certainly. There are friends and family who did gather, as well as political colleagues and people that he has known for probably many, many years. And among those is the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation. And I'm joined by the executive director right now, who's going to speak to us about the reasons why they have elected to come together and wish him a speedy recovery in such a public manner. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I mean, this is such a beautiful gesture, something that you hold and you remind a friend, that, they're still loved and that they need to pull through. Why this? Why come to the Concourt and why do it in such a public manner?
Some of us have done it privately. This is the flame of democracy. We think that Pravin is one of the architects of our democracy. And as he battles with whatever it is that he is battling that has resulted in him being in hospital, we thought it was important to do this public gathering and extend our well wishes through this gathering, in which we reflect on the legacy, the values, and his contribution. And hopefully that his family, as they watch this, will draw strength and solace from it. And we hope that it helps them get through all that they are going through as well.
Speaking of legacy, I mean, we know him as a man of many hats, SARS Commissioner, Finance Minister, Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, as well as one of the biggest whistleblowers when it came to the architect of state capture, Talk to us about him in his role as, SARS Commissioner.
Well, Pravin modernized SARS. He really turned it into an institution that was considered to be world-class, if not best in the world, and brought in the kind of surpluses that helped the developmental agenda of the government of the day. It's unfortunate that his work was undone by the questionable appointment of his the person who then succeeded him, who then in turn dismantled this world-class institution and through it had immense fiscal harm to the fortunes of all South Africans. So I think it's the label of the rogue unit and so forth was just did incalculable harm to him and all who were then tarnished by that, as much as it was disproved in the court. That vindictiveness and maliciousness found its way into the public protector, who then continued with that. It was when Pravin was going to go to court to challenge these that Ahmed Kathrada said to us that he wanted to be amongst the first to walk with Pravin into court to extend that solidarity. So our solidarity is not just something from today. It has been with him at every moment when it was required.
Certainly. I mean, the second time that we saw him embroiled in what seems to have been controversy. And I remember being in Parliament when he was finance minister and he was there to deliver the budget speech right at the time when the allegations had emerged that his deputy had been requested by the Gupta family at the time to be the finance minister. And I remember him walking into that media briefing saying, "I am fine. As you can see, I am well. Today, I hope we are going to focus on the business of the day, and that you will not be asking me about my well-being, because as you can see, I am fine. Really putting on a strong front in the face of a whole lot of adversity. Would you say that these were the characteristics that he, carried out even in his private life?
Absolutely. Private and his political life. From building the kind of mass movements in Durban that became the model for building civic movements across the country, doing the underground work, and re-establishing open political organizations through the Natal Indian Congress and later the United Democratic Front. That kind of fortitude extended into his work with Operation Vula, and the subsequent ordeals that came with that. The long detention spells that he had to endure built the kind of character. But that strength and more so the mental strength to think and act strategically and tactically at all times is what guided his work in public service in terms of SARS, as in cabinet, but also for the short stint that he was just an ordinary member of parliament. The portfolio hearings on ESCOM were exemplary on how any portfolio committee needed to do and still need to do their work. So I think that strength of character, which is built on a foundation of just unquestionable ethics, is what has guided him all along and will guide him for as long as is necessary.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. There you have it. That is the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation saying that they have been walking in solidarity with Pravin Gordhan from the very beginning, and saying that they are here to bring solace to the family as their comrade and their friend is in hospital, and they are here to wish him a speedy recovery. While the night vigil was a public event, they have also been going to the home and to the family and, praying for his speedy recovery in private. For now, it is back to you in studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Mbalentle Mthethwa there. She continues to monitor that story for us.